to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittney, and I'm a content creator providing content creator tips and tricks for new content creators, beginning UGC creators, and I also throw in a little productivity tips in the mix as well. Today I'm going to be talking about something that is very important when it comes to your content creator journey, which is consistency. So if you're a new creator and you're trying to figure out how to stay motivated, you're trying to figure out how to post consistently, plan consistently, and just be truly consistent in all your content creation goals, keep watching. So first things first, let's talk about why consistency is important in content creation. Consistency definitely is something that builds trust with your audience. It builds trust with your audience. It can establish, like a brand identity, who you are when it comes to creating content creation in general. So this can be anything from like uploading to YouTube, posting consistently on social media, and just general planning of social media content in itself. And that definitely is something that if you, get in the swing of doing all those things like every day or whenever you, take time out to do your content creation, whether it be plan, your script or your, plans for your YouTube videos, thumbnails, all that, and getting your video out in a timely manner, stay consistent with that. Once you find something that actually works for you, when it comes to social media content, you can either, edit some of your YouTube videos into shorts and reels and TikToks and all that, or you can have dedicated things that you film for short form content that you can post consistently, but that still involves planning and how you want your post to go out, how often you want your post to go out. There's also time when you need to be editing. So in order for you to stay consistent, you have to really think about those things and see what actually can work for you and what you can actually stay consistent with. So that is why consistency is very important when it comes to content creation, because it isn't just, making sure you're posting on a certain day and time. You have to make sure that you have the planning involved as well, because without proper planning, you most likely won't see your posts actually going out, or if they do go out, you're not getting a lot of reach, a lot of engagement, because you're not putting what you can or what you could be putting into it, because you're not consistently planning on the back end, if that makes sense. And I know I've mentioned this before, but now it's time to dive into like goal planning and, setting goals and expectations. And before I continue, before I go any further, consistency does not mean bring yourself to point of burnout. That is not what I mean whatsoever. If you need to take a break, absolutely do so. Nobody's forcing you to be a content creator. But it is also definitely a good idea and very important to set achievable goals for yourself when it comes to creating content. If you work a full-time job, will you be able to consider yourself a full-time creator as well? No. So if you do work a full-time job, you're going to have to work your content creation around that job, because you have, a schedule that you have to, be at work, and some people may open, some people may close. Like, it's going to be different for everybody. And if that's the case, figure out what is really important to you. Like, do you want to upkeep 3 to 5 social media platforms, that being like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube? Like, do you want to do that? Do you want to focus more on your long form content like YouTube videos, or are you okay with just posting to other social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok? You have to really consider that and, figure out a way where you can work on both, because I don't see nothing wrong with doing both. I'm doing both. I do kind of need to get better with my planning. My planning kind of fell off because I did start a new job, and I've been trying to work around it. Most days I get home, I'm tired, but I'm still, nonetheless, before work, after work, days off, I'm trying to get in my content to the best of my ability, and I'm still trying to also plan on the back end. So make sure whatever you do, it works around your schedule. If you don't work and you have a lot of free time, by all means, plan that. You also do not have to work on content creation every day, like 7 days a week, if you don't want to. Have certain days where you film, have certain days where you edit, have certain days where you schedule and or post your content. And you don't have to force yourself to do something content wise every day, because it turns out you're likely, I don't want to call it busy work, but it's likely going to come across as busy work, because realistically, if you have a good plan in place, if you know exactly what type of content you're going to be doing, if you, have a posting schedule, you're sticking to your posting schedule, you're interacting, you're engaging with your audience, you don't need to be on social media every day unless you're just, posting to your Instagram stories, updating your audience about your day and all that. If that's the case, definitely do that, but you don't have to like force yourself to figure out what in the world you can do unless you are doing like a research for your niche. You're trying to come up with like content ideas, but actually like being in front of the camera, feeling like you need to talk to your audience every single day, or feel like you have to be in front of the camera filming every day. Like you don't have to do that. You trust me, you don't have to do that. That I feel like will definitely lead to some form of burnout, and we don't want that. We don't want you burnt out. Another thing I would suggest when it comes to staying consistent and staying motivated in your content creation journey is to definitely keep a content calendar. I know this is also something I mentioned before on my channel, but get you a physical planner, get you a digital planner, get you something where you can put down what it is you want to do for the week, what you want to accomplish for the whole month, and plan your content around those goals and how you set up your calendar. For me, I don't, I can't plan that far in advance to create a content calendar for the whole month because things may change. My, feelings towards those ideas may change, and I don't want to have all that done in advance to not want to do any of it. So what I do and what I find is best for me is to make a content calendar for the week. Okay, what am I going to be doing for this week, or what do I see myself doing for the week? Obviously, I'm going to get me a YouTube video out. I've been standing on business when it comes to that. I'm going to get me a YouTube video out regardless. Okay, so in that case, I know I'm going to be filming a video. What am I going to film? Okay, when do I want to film it? What days do I want to edit it? When do I want to make that thumbnail? And when do I want the video to go out? All that is on my calendar. And then when it comes to creating the short form content or posting on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, when do I want those posts to go out? Okay, if I want those posts to go out on those days, when should I edit for those posts? Are these posts getting scheduled? Like, all that goes into a content calendar. It may seem like the simplest, most, nonchalant, don't really expect much of tasks to do, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it may seem like so little, so, why do I need to put this on the calendar? But it kind of gets you an idea, especially when you're first starting out and you're first using like your content calendar or whatever you're using. It gets you in a swing of how you want to do those things, like, okay, so I want to have my videos go out every Friday, but like, when should I film the video? When should I edit it? Like, actually go through those steps and see how long it takes you to do each of those and kind of map that out. If you're trying to go for like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday social media posting schedule, make sure you have at least 3 pieces of content ready and or edit it on, the days before those days you're posting to make sure that you're going to have your content go out. Or if you're doing that as well as doing a YouTube video, make sure you have that mapped out to be able to post when you're actually wanting to post. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. If y'all got questions or you want me to clarify something, definitely leave it down below because I feel like I'm not making sense. But I don't know, maybe y'all get it. Also, another thing I would suggest when it comes to staying consistent and make sure you're staying motivated as a content creator is to build habits and routines. Almost like what I mentioned in the content calendar portion of the video, make sure what you're doing falls into your routine, and not only falls into your routine, but you can work around your schedule and it actually works for you without you feeling burnt out whatsoever. Because like I said, we do not want you to be burned out. Okay? No. But all in all, consistency is definitely all about forming habits and routines that you can just get into without even thinking about it, especially once your content creation journey is a well-oiled machine and you are filming on your days you want to film, you're editing on the days you want to edit, and your content is going out whenever you want it to go out. You're getting engagement, you're able to interact with your audience and all that good stuff. That definitely is something that ties into consistency because it'll definitely get to a point where you won't even realize that, like, wow, I've been consistent for these last few weeks or these last few months, and like, it just feels so natural. You have to get to that point. So when you're first starting out, it's definitely easy to feel overwhelmed. It's definitely easy to get burned out because you're trying to do like everything under the sun content wise and you're not getting anything done. But if you figure out exactly what it is you want to do and go with that planning, that is definitely something that is going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you stay motivated to get that content out, to, strive for your audience engagement. And it's definitely something that's going to keep you consistent in your content creator journey. Another thing I want to discuss when it comes to staying motivated and, staying consistent in your content creator journey is to embrace imperfections. Okay, when you're first starting out, you're looking at all these other content creators who've been creating content for longer than you have. You're seeing that their videos are like crisp 4K, they know what they're doing, they look well put together. When you first start your content creation journey, you are likely not going to be like that. It may take a little bit to get in the swing of filming, lighting, angles, editing, all that good stuff. But let me tell you, come here, a little closer. Be authentic to you and your content, okay? Do not try to copy anything that you see, okay? If anything, take from it. If you find, a person's content that you like, take from it and, put your own twist to it, put your own spin on it. If anything, just learn from whoever you're watching and go from there. Okay, if that makes sense. But definitely do not strive to be perfect, and nobody is perfect. Okay, so those creators you're looking up to who, does this and they do this and they go do this and do this, that's their content. They plan their, life. They plan their, routines, their lifestyle around that content. Definitely do not strive for perfection when it comes to being a content creator. Literally just go with the flow, see what happens. As you go along anyway, you'll learn new things. You'll learn new editing styles, filming styles, angles, content planning tips. You'll definitely learn along the way, and you will look back on your content and be like, I really posted that. So I look back at my content, I was like, wow, you can tell I just started. So it's definitely a growing process, a learning process. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay as long as you're having fun. Okay, content creation is not supposed to be like a 9-to-5 stressful job that you don't want to go to and can't wait to get out of. Content creation is supposed to be something that's fun for you, if that's something that you're wanting to do, because you can kind of have your hobby and you can base that hobby around your content. You're just sitting in front of a camera talking to other people who, have similar interests, like-minded people that will get you and the content that you're putting out. So it's supposed to be something fun. So if there's any imperfections, that's definitely something that is unique to you, and can't nobody do it like you. All right, so do it like you do. I think I said that in the last video. I think that's going to become a thing. Drop that down in the comments if you mess with it, because I feel like I kind of mess with it, and it can be a thing that we can use as a community, because ain't nobody going to do it like you, okay? So do it like you do. Yeah, okay, all right, we all right. Yeah, but definitely don't let that hold you back from, using your unique, authentic voice in your content, because you're not like anybody else. You're like you, and nobody is like you, So, yeah, y'all know the saying. Go ahead and say it. You got it. And last but not least, I feel like it is definitely important to constantly find inspiration and ways that you can stay creative when it comes to creating your content. Consistency definitely doesn't mean, just churning out content just for the sake of it, just to have content out, because in the long run, nothing's really going to stick, and you're just going to be putting content out there for no one to really see and vibe with, because you're not being true to yourself and your niche or your audience, because you're just making sure you have content out. Make sure you find inspiration, if you want to try new things, incorporate new things into your content as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you do, if you're in a creative slump, or you just can't find it in you to be creative, spend some time looking at other creators that's within your niche. Figure out what they're doing, maybe see how you can kind of incorporate some of the things they're doing to, kind of fit you and your personality, your authenticity. But it's definitely important to not only find inspiration and stay creative, but also make sure that you still have the passion to do what it is you do, whether that be YouTube, you know, anything like that in the social media realm, just make sure that you still have an interest in it and remember why you wanted to start it in the first place, and that'll keep you going as well. All right, creators, there you have it. That is my way to kind of get you guys to stay consistent and motivated in your content creator journey. We talked about planning, we've talked about finding inspiration and staying creative, we talked about building habits and routines within your content journey. We've talked about a lot of things here, and I hope you guys take this in and really use it in your own content creation journeys, because this is something that is definitely important to do and, you know, to remember when you're creating content. Like, don't create a situation where you can get burned out. Just really go with the flow. You don't have to be perfect just starting out. Just if you're wanting to start it, go ahead and do it. Simple as that. I'm not going to ramble for too long. So thank you all for watching today's video. If you got all the way to the end and found this helpful, do leave me a like, comment down below your best part, and also our new saying that we're going to be saying here. And don't forget to also subscribe to this channel for more content creator tips and tricks just like this one. Also hit your push notifications so you know exactly when I'm posting, which is currently Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that all being said, thanks again so much for watching today's video, and I will see you all in my next video.